Hey guys, in this video I'm going to go over a few various options for e-commerce advertisers on Google Ads and the pros and cons of each and when you should tackle each. So we're going to cover shopping ads, which is basically the ads that show up in Google search, which show the products and you can click on them. We're going to cover YouTube and we're going to cover display network. So let's get right into it. So let's talk about shopping ads, right? So Google shopping ads are often one of the best places for a smaller brand to start with, just because you have the highest intent buyers. They're searching for what they're looking for, right? So the way Google shopping ad works is, a customer types in a search result. Let's say they type in blue chair, and then your product shows up there on the top. And yeah, those people are very interested because they want to buy blue chairs. You can start with search terms like buy blue chairs, then go a little broader. Now, the cool thing about Google shopping ads is return on ad spend can be very high. You're really targeting people who are really interested, and it's a great place to establish a foothold on the Google platform and get some great ROI. Now, there is not as much volume. It's really people who are already interested. And also there's a lot of competition. And because of that, it's not really a platform where you can scale to huge levels and go mass market. It's a great place to start. It's a solid strategy. However, it's not gonna make you go viral. It's not gonna build you into an 8-figure brand overnight, just because of the fact that it's more niche. And if you're in a smaller market, it's basically once you are tapping out of that, it's harder to get more customers out of that. So that brings me to the next platform, which is display. So Google Display Network is just a huge platform. It's basically banner ads, even video kind of ads on all kinds of websites, from news websites to entertainment websites to gaming to forums, everything, right? Now, display is usually used for retargeting. So somebody visits your website, you retarget them on Google Display Network. However, there are people who do display for cold. So you're literally running banner ads to cold audiences. Now, intent is usually very low on display. I know that I have banner blindness and most of the internet does. So usually you kind of ignore those ads because we've had like 7 or 8 years of just ignoring these ads, right? Because of that, it's really hard to make work to cold audiences. However, there is incredible scale because it's such a huge network. You could spend massive amounts of money. You can make Google Display Network work with very mass market offers. There have been lots of, like info and e-com offers that have worked on display, and they're very mass market. However, it's a very rare scenario that somebody does make it work in cold audiences, but the ones who do, they make ridiculous amounts of money because it's just such a huge pool of people to target. This is the last traffic source I would tackle after I've capped out everything else. However, it's a great place to retarget all your visitors. So if they visit your website, you want to follow them around the internet and just stalk them until they buy. So that's a really great use for Google Display Network. So it's kind of a platform that, is really for only the most advanced of advanced advertisers. There are ways to make it work. You can target your niche sites. You can be very specific with Google Display Network. But again, as compared to other ad platforms, I would leave it for something you do once you're really hitting the cap on other ad platforms. Now let's talk about YouTube. So YouTube is also an interesting platform. The intent on YouTube can vary from ice cold to ready to buy, because on YouTube people will look up product reviews, but on YouTube people are also watching cat videos and they don't know about your product. The cool thing about YouTube is the level of targeting options that allow you to target people at all points in the customer journey, from being completely unaware to being ready to buy. So there's huge potential for volume and scale on YouTube. We scaled to $25,000 a day spend on YouTube. It's really got a ton of volume. Everybody uses YouTube, and people spend a lot of time because it is a platform where people go to kind of really immerse themselves to learn about stuff as well as entertain themselves. Now, the cool thing about YouTube is the level of competition, especially in e-commerce, is still relatively low. Every e-commerce brand out there is doing Facebook ads. However, very few e-commerce brands are doing YouTube ads, and that's where YouTube ads can be extremely powerful. YouTube ads can allow you to capture market share in a platform that 90% of your competitors simply are not even aware of. They're not using it. They feel intimidated. They feel scared to try it. They're just focused on Facebook. YouTube ads is great for 7- and 8-figure e-commerce brands who want to scale fast. However, the biggest obstacle with YouTube ads is the creative. Just because it requires effort, you need time and money to make creative on YouTube. So that's a little kind of quick comparison of these three platforms, I'll be completely honest. I honestly think that YouTube is the best platform for 7- and 8-figure e-commerce brands that want to scale. If you're a smaller brand, Google Shopping is awesome to just get started on there and get some quick returns and quick wins on Google Shopping. And then of course, display is for those of you who have already hit the cap on YouTube, Shopping, Facebook. Pretty much you want to really scale to massive levels, and that's where display can be an interesting platform. But again, it's a very advanced platform, not for newbies. If you guys want to learn more about YouTube advertising for e-commerce, I'll have a link to our YouTube ads for e-commerce methodology, where you can go learn exactly how we scale YouTube ads to 25K a day revenue with e-commerce brands. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Smash the like button and subscribe button. And if you guys want to learn more about YouTube ads for e-commerce, go watch my YouTube ads for e-commerce scaling methodology, where I break down exactly how we scale brands to 25K a day with YouTube ads. So looking forward to seeing you there.